Gotta be true to yourself. In a world there's nothing else. Gotta play the game right, gotta make your path. You scratch, you dig, you lay in your ground. You bustin' your rounds, nobody gon' stop you. No ops, no cops, everything about you. Looking good, you good, she good. Y'all people really wanna know the reason? It's that ripple effect. That's just that ripple. That's just that ripple effect. What you do, come back, triple.
It's your girl KDOT back in ripple effect. You already know what it is, and you already know the vibes. Listen, more than grateful for all you subscribers, day ones. Y'all already know. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be traveling a lot more, so make sure I keep following, make sure you keep liking. Content is just gonna keep coming because you guys requested it, and let's face it, I just love doing it, right? It's been fun out here. Summer League was cool. Definitely have to go to Summer League in the beginning. that I'll definitely keep in mind for next year. But yeah, it's been a ball here, but guys, we have to talk more about the Saquon Barkley thing. So this is gonna be more for you Giants fans, because Saquon has already told you guys, like I've been telling you guys, but I really want to see where everybody's at. Some people are really, on the team side of it and saying, yeah, but running backs, we don't pay them like we used to. We don't value them like we used to. And Saquon, obviously is prepared to sit out. He's prepared. And what people don't understand is we're not even at the point where, the Giants can just give him what he wants. We're past that point. There's a rule in place in the NFL. Right now, there are no contract negotiations. He either plays on that franchise tag for $10 million or he sits out. Now, it is interesting because I was watching Get Up and Ryan Clark brought up a brilliant point. Everything always comes out at certain times, and I know the media is very savvy with this, and I say all that to say this. Le'Veon Bell comes out pretty much that same week in the height of everything with what's going on with Saquon and negotiating, understanding the running back position, the value, and what the Giants are willing to give him. Le'Veon Bell pretty much is, and let me preface this by also saying that Le'Veon Bell's situation is different from Saquon's. I'm just going to tell you how it's the same right now, but it is two different organizations, two different things. But the point is, Le'Veon Bell, you saw what he did on the field. I mean, prime, he was ready. He just wanted his money. He wanted to stay. And, obviously that didn't happen. He chose to, do his own thing. And Le'Veon now is saying that he's sorry for that. He's also saying that he wished he would have did it a different way, because obviously things didn't turn out. But I'm here to tell you, man, like, hindsight's always 20/20, right? If you had a nickel for every time he was like, man, I wish I didn't do that, or I wish I would have handled it this way, that all you can do is learn from it and be more mindful going forward. That's really all you can do, and let's be honest, it didn't work out for Le'Veon in the way he thought it would, right? So that's why it's important for Saquon to not only think very careful about what he wants to do, because at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to have to deal with it, right? You're going to have to live with it, because the camera's going to go away. No matter what you decide to do, once that season starts, everybody's focusing on their team. They're focusing on their action. They want to see, what next level Joe Burrow. They want to see, Josh Allen, if he could be more safe with the ball, and see how far the Buffalo Bills are going to. Point is, people are going to be involved in their own thing. They're not going to be necessarily worrying about, the Giants situation. We're just going to know they're bad. They're going to be like, okay, so we're just not going to pay attention to you guys, for obvious reasons, because if you watch the Giants, if you understand football, and you understand how the Giants overachieved last year, that's got 2-6 Barkley written all over it. And 70% of the offense, 70%, at least with the Steelers situation with Le'Veon Bell, at least they were like, yo, we got Roethlisberger. You know what I mean? Our defense is solid. It's like you feel for the players, you want them to get their money, especially if they deserve it. But at the same time, I can see why our situation, we have Daniel Jones, okay? So just to put that into perspective, but yeah, I don't think that. But point is, I don't think that was a mistake for them putting, Le'Veon Bell's story, because I don't know exactly when that came out. If it did come out at the same time, then then that's just wow. But I mean, to put that in the same week, the same news cycle, knowing people will kind of, make that correlation, saying, okay, well, if Le'Veon Bell is feeling, regretful or feeling as though he could have made a better decision, which is, something that we all do, then it's almost making Barkley, in a sense, and I'm not speaking for him in any way, but any normal, rational, human being that's just trying to sort everything out, that's gonna hit a little different versus if you had gotten your money and not really thinking about it, because now that he feels that he's in that similar situation, he wants to make sure that he's not gonna have any regrets. He wants to be able to live with whatever he can, whatever he decides to do, and that's completely fair. And I hope Saquon makes the best deal for himself. Even as a Giants fan, I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, he should play. No. I feel what he did last year. I mean, what they were able to do as a team, and Dayball, of course, every guy's buying in. Of course, it's 52-man roster. You can't really, you can't sit there and say, okay, it's just one guy. But Saquon, I mean, without him, well, we'll see, right? I know they're probably hoping for, the Giants, a James Conner situation, right, where the Steelers didn't really know what they had, right, until Le'Veon Bell decided to walk, and now it's like, okay, what do we have here, and that's how, he made his move, and that's what it's about, right? It is about next man up. It's not just about whether they get injured. Guys choose to sit out or do different things, get held up in contract negotiations. Yeah, it is that next man up, because now whoever was probably not playing is not only going to play, but you're going to start. Like, that's huge, and that opportunity does not come. And for the New York Football Giants at that, that's a great way to make a name for yourself. All these guys are just looking for an opportunity, second, third string, practice team. They're all looking for it, and this could be it. And that would be great for the Giants. I don't know where that would lead Saquon, because again, that kind of puts you in a situation where, with running backs, it's like, see, look, we have a nice young, up and coming running back, and this guy wants us to overpay for him, and and give him an extension and all this. I can totally see both sides. I really, really can. But if you think that whoever we have coming off, you think you're going to be better than Saquon, replacing Saquon? Do you think we're going to be able to replace a Saquon Barkley? Y'all forget what he did at Penn State? I mean, we don't even need to go back that far, but you do need to respect the man and understand why we picked him second overall anyway. And it's crazy how we draft a guy like that high, right? I mean, and now we're playing that, but running backs and the value. Oh, I see. That you can't have it both ways. I get it. You're worried about his age, you're worried about the injuries, but come on, man. And then when you hear about players just wanting to protect themselves, not worrying about the team, sitting out, it's a fine line, man. Just pay the guy. You watching Saquon's workouts, he's gonna have another monster season, but all they can do now, like I said in the beginning, they can't pay him now, but maybe they can put something in writing for the future. Sorry we missed the boat. Things, negotiations, didn't work out, and maybe to try to get him to move forward. I don't know, because the disrespect is probably so real for Saquon. It's visceral for him. For him, it's different. It's personal. He's put in all that work, all that time. Look what he did last season. And it's not even like he's pointing to a couple seasons ago. No, look what I did just last year. And you guys are still not trying to pay me. Worst off, you're paying an average quarterback $40 million a year. What? I earned some of that. it's true. So I totally get it. I really hope Saquon makes the best decision for himself. I can't even say, like I said, even as a Giants, I can't even say, hey, I want you to play. No, I want you to do what's best for you. And Saquon, if you're listening, I want you to do whatever's best for you and be able to live with that decision and not have any regrets 10, 15 years down the line. At the end of the day, you have a very, very short window to earn as much money as you can to plan for your future, so you can start investing and getting into all these things and building these relationships with different companies and people. And I'm not saying just accept it and understand that that's your worth, but maybe you can accept it, and just put on a show, and they will have no reason to deny you. But I know that's a tough ask. I understand. I'm thinking of it more in a business sense, with other relationships that you can form, maybe around the league, maybe with other sponsors, maybe with other business groups in the future. This may not even be that bad from a business standpoint. From a physical, mental, that's why you need an agent, right? Because as a player, you're thinking more about my hard work. I've been running all day. I've been, eating right, not being able to eat what I want, doing this, doing that. Totally get it. Sacrificing your time, from away from your family. All of that is true. But at the same time, I'm one of those who likes to try to flip everything into a positive, because if you're looking for negative, you're gonna find negative. If you're looking for positive, you're gonna find positive. So really, the choice is yours. Point is, from a business standpoint, you can kind of remove yourself from the physical, right? I mean, you play. Show them that you're gonna honor the rules, honor what's going on around you. Even if you may not agree with it, but something good will come out of it. Something good will come out of it in terms of business deals. I'm telling you, business deals. I know that's hard, and he probably should talk to other guys who have not only been in this position before, but guys like that were serious athletes, but are even better businessmen. That's who he should be. He should be on the phone with Shaq, A-Rod, all these guys who have played, but they've made such a name for themselves in the business world. Their basketball and baseball career, respectfully, won't even be, it would be an afterthought, because that's just how well they're doing in the business game. That should be his call, for sure. I get it, but Saquon, good luck to you, brother. Giants, Giants, what are you gonna do? All right, guys, I only ask y'all to remember one thing: losses equals life lessons.